When I was pregnant with my second child, I started having incredibly vivid dreams. Most of the time, they were random and harmless, but one night I had a dream that still lingers with me. Something I later learned is called the Hat Man. Let me give you some background first to set the scene. At the time, my friend Anna had recently moved into a new house, and her friend Charlotte took over her old one. Charlotte and I weren't especially close, just acquaintances. But since Anna had lived there, I knew the house well. In the dream, I was walking up to that house with my husband and our oldest daughter. I was going over to babysit for Charlotte. The entire area was shrouded in heavy fog and darkness. The house stood isolated, no other homes around. The only figure nearby was a man sitting just outside the fence. His back was to us, and he sat motionless in a wheelchair staring at the house. An overwhelming sense of unease washed over me. Something about him felt disturbingly wrong. As we approached, I got the clear impression that this man desperately wanted to get into the house but somehow couldn't. He looked middle-aged, but nothing about his appearance stood out except for the wheelchair and his hat. A style you'd see in a show like Peaky Blinders. The closer I got, the stronger my instinct screamed that he wasn't really a person at all, but something pretending to be human. The wheelchair seemed like a deliberate ploy to appear harmless. Don't ask me how I knew this. Dream logic, I guess. I quietly warned my husband as we neared the gate. Don't look at him, don't talk to him. But for some reason, I glanced at his face anyway. And in that moment, he began to change. I can't fully explain what he turned into, but he grew larger, distorted, and his anger radiated as he transformed into something monstrous and towering. We rushed past him into the house. He vanished. Once inside, everything felt wrong. The home was abandoned and crumbling, except for an old kitchen table where 3 little girls sat, all dressed identically in the same onesie. 2 were twins, and 1 was slightly older. For context, Charlotte only had 1 son and a toddler daughter. I'd never babysat for her or met her kids. A few days later, I told Anna about the dream. I often share my dreams just for fun, though I'm sure most people just think they're bizarre. She agreed it was strange and mentioned that Charlotte had recently told her about her son complaining of a ghost in his closet that scared him at night. Anna shared my dream with Charlotte, and soon after, Charlotte reached out to me privately. What she told me gave me chills. Before her daughter was born, Charlotte had a miscarriage. She was pregnant with twins. Her son had also been intermittently telling her about a ghost that emerged from his closet at night, wearing a strange hat. Charlotte said she had been feeling deeply depressed and off lately. She asked if I had ever heard of the Hat Man. I hadn't. And the hat in my dream didn't match what her son had described, but the coincidence was unsettling. I told her everything from my dream, and we both agreed it was all very strange. After that, I didn't talk to Charlotte again. I honestly forgot about the whole thing as I became busy with my toddler and the final stages of my pregnancy. My pregnancy was difficult, and postpartum was even harder. I struggled severely with postpartum depression. I won't go into those details, but I'm fortunate to be here today to share this story. A few months after giving birth to my second daughter, I lay down on the couch to nap while the baby slept. In a strange half-dream, half-awake state, I felt someone approach the couch, standing behind where my head rested. I instantly sensed it was a man, and that he was terrified. Just as quickly as he appeared, he vanished, and something else took his place. An overwhelming wave of dread surged through my entire body, burning heat coursing through me just before I jolted awake. As I sat upright and spun around to look behind me, I caught a fleeting glimpse, a shadowy figure, nothing but a black outline. A tall man wearing a wide-brimmed hat, and then, in an instant, he disappeared. I was left stunned, asking myself, what the hell did I just see? What just happened? Without even thinking, I muttered aloud, "Why?" And in response, I heard a faint, retreating male voice that wasn't mine. "Because you invited me in." After the initial shock and questioning my sanity, I realized with certainty that the energy I just felt was the same presence as the man in the wheelchair from my dream months earlier. I'm not someone who normally believes in things like this, and honestly, it had been the last thing on my mind with the exhaustion of recovering from a C-section and caring for a newborn. But curiosity got the better of me. I Googled the description of what I'd seen and scrolled through images. There it was, the dark silhouette wearing the same hat captioned "The Hat Man." I read countless articles trying to make sense of an experience that still defies all logic. For more bizarre stories, don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe.